What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Carl coming back at you from Golden Gremlin Productions. This time around, we'll be reacting to 7 ways Larry Bird could kill you. If you are new, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out tremendously. Also, I did see that y'all like the Breaking Down the Legend series with Larry Bird, so I am working on doing other stars soon, so those uploads will be going up in the next day or two. So let's get straight into this video, man. It's off the screen.
Alright, now how am I going to approach this list? Well, I narrowed it down to 7 different categories, or let's say 7 different moves that Larry Bird could use in order to destroy any player, even back in the days and even today in today's NBA. Let's have a look. Now, the first way that Larry Bird could beat any defender was his fall-away jump shot. This is pretty much comparable to Michael Jordan's fadeaway, but Larry would do it slightly different. Most of the times he was guarded pretty close and he would just shoot the ball right in the defender's face while falling back. The amazing thing though was that even though Larry Bird was not able to jump very high because of his height and his shooting technique, he never got rejected. And he would use this shot as his ultimate weapon. No matter how tall the defender was, this shot was practically unguardable. Especially because Larry Bird took the shot from almost anywhere on the court.
That's a fact. Looking at this shot, you can see that a lot of players put this in their bag, bro, when they modeled their game. And they got it from Larry Legend. He was one of the first, if not the first person to really do a nasty step back jumper, 3-pointer, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, at the time. So it was new to the game and it was so unstoppable because he was tall enough to where he could just shoot over any defender with that shot. And most of the time he made that shot.
In the mid-1980s, he perfected this weapon, and this shot was a big reason why Larry Bird would always average more than 25 points per game in that period. And the next weapon of Larry Bird that I have on my list is the step back. In today's game, the step back is one of the most used offensive weapons in the NBA. Players like James Harden, Kyrie Irving would not exist if they did not use the step back. But in the 1980s, not many players used this move. Larry Bird was one of the first players that used the step back, and he even liked to combine it with a nice crossover, which often turned into an ankle breaker.
Bro, Larry put so many people on their back pockets, bro, using that step back, bro. It's crazy. Like, put them on the seat of their pants, bro. It's slight movements, bro. His lateral movements was crazy when he would do these.
And next on my list, I have Larry Bird's passing ability. Now that we have covered that Larry Bird had the fall-away jumper and the step back, it gets even better because Larry Bird was probably the best passing power / small forward of all time. He not only would see the open man, but also see the smallest holes that you would have in your defense, and then make the incredible pass. No other player passed the ball through the legs of his defenders as often as Larry Bird. Make no-look passes like Magic Johnson, behind-the-back passes like Magic Johnson, bounce passes like Magic Johnson. I mean, this man was unbelievable with his passing skills. And if you don't believe me, let's take a look.
He understood how to get Kevin and Robert shots, and Cedric Maxwell. And he also knew when any of these individuals were not getting enough shots in the game or were not involved in the offense. And he'd make a concerted effort to get them involved.
Draw so many defensive attention and you find yourself all alone in basketball or contested layup.
Bird with the pass to the legs of Sigma. Oh! Lee Brown's got Worthy in a switch. Good look. Great pass. Bird to Parrish. Vintage Larry Bird. Behind the back to Tiny. Beautiful.
Andrew Henderson to Bird on the cut. Beautiful.
Quick up now to Bird on the left side. Bird goes behind the back, down the lane, dumps it over the shoulder to Carey, 6-footer, good!
Oh! And then Bird goes inside. Out of the corner. Oh! 28 seconds. Bird. Slap pass to Archibald. And he's left open, looking for 3. Bounce. Bird. Nice tip to McHale.
I think Larry doesn't get nowhere near as enough credit for being a floor general. He's seen the floor. He understood the spacing. And his passes were like buttery smooth and crisp. Like, The disrespect that he gets in regards to his abilities is crazy to me because he did so many things better than a lot of people. People think of Magic Johnson for passing, but Larry Bird was a phenomenal passer. Like, he might not have been as quick or fast as Magic Johnson, but he always made the right read on the floor.
What a play! Oh, what a touch pass by Larry Bird flying.
He's seen back, he's been hot. Not this time. Bird tipped it to Kite, lays it in.
Dennis Johnson's right corner shot is missed. Rebound tipped off to Parrish from Bird, who hits the shot.
Miller's done a pretty good job on Bird. And he misses again. Look at that pass.
Bird, Dawkins and Parrish, of course, in the middle. Parrish free.
And the next Larry Bird weapon that I have on my list is his three-point shot. Larry Bird is one of the best shooters of all time. He would get a three anytime he wanted. If it was a straight three-pointer, a fall-away three-pointer, an in-your-face three-pointer, he would get anything. And yes, you probably knew that. Now let me tell you something that you might not know. Larry did not work on his three-point shot. He never worked hours and hours in the gym to improve his three-pointer. But still, he was that good. I mean, he won a three-point contest without even preparing.
30 seconds left on the 60-second shot clock. And he's got the rhythm going right now. And Bird's got 13 points with 20 seconds remaining.
Now, he's not getting to the rack too quickly, but he's able to get a lot of shots out of him very fast.
That's because of the groove he gets in. That set shot, he doesn't waste a lot of effort. 18 points for Bird, 8 seconds left.
19 and counting, make it 20.
And he gets the two-pointer. Unofficially, 23 points for Larry Bird.
And the next one is probably the most underrated attribute a player can have: the hustle plays and will. You won't find many NBA superstars that would sacrifice their body like Larry Bird did, hustling after every loose ball and giving his team second shot opportunities. This was infectious to his team. And if your best player is also the one who hustles the most, your team is in a good place.
And I think too, like when you think about his hustle, what makes me respect it more was like his hustle plays dealing with his back. Do you know how much effort it takes to walk regularly when you turn an ankle? Imagine dealing with a broken back and issues in your spine and you're diving. He gave it all on the floor, bro. I respect it more for the fact that he did it while he was hurt than players who do it when they're not hurt, because it takes more effort to be able to get down for that loose ball while hurt than it does when you're not hurt.
In terms of personality, he's a throwback because he is diving for balls. 20 points up with 2 minutes to go.
He goes down. Larry Bird dives for a loose ball and gets it to McHale.
First came in the league, Artis Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago. He said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy because that's what basketball is all about.
And the next attribute that I have on my list is the clutch gene. We all know that not every great player is capable of making the game-deciding shot. This is where guys like Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, and of course Larry Bird take over. With all the great attributes that I already mentioned, Larry Bird was at his best when the game was on the line.
A lot of players in this league that can score the first 3 quarters of the game, but you get down to the fourth quarter when you need a basket, you can separate the men from the boys. It's been like that, and it's always going to be like that. You're always going to have the guys that come up with the attitude that they can make the last shot or make the big play. I don't know what makes a player do that, just their competitive nature and their will to win. And if it comes down to one shot, I want to be the guy to take it.
Bird, Larry, fake, fall away. Hits it! All right! Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over. Boston wins.
Up base, fires another three-pointer.
Oh! Ties it up! 113 to 113!
Larry Bird. We're tied with 6 seconds left. Timeout. Portland. Bird with 43 points. Larry Bird with 3 seconds left. Timeout for Portland. 47 points for Larry Bird.
And that does put
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock.
And the last category, and this is where Larry Bird would destroy today's players, is the mental game, or let's call it the trash talk. Now, with all the legends that I have talked to in the past, if it was a Dennis Rodman, a Dominique Wilkins, or a Gary Payton, they all told me the same: Larry Bird is the best trash talker that they have ever faced. He was able to get in your head and always back it up. And this was Larry Bird's ultimate weapon.
A lot of people don't know this. You probably know this, Dan, but Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, "You guys don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go right over that corner." He said, "They're gonna set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out." He said, "I'm gonna curl right over," and he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, "I'm gonna go right over to that corner and I'm gonna catch it, I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be." They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or DJ, the late great DJ.
Yeah.
Take the ball out, the man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a three, game over.
Yeah, bro. Larry was different. I know, like I said, I know I've been pumping out a lot of Larry Bird videos, but I've been enjoying them. Honestly, I just want to go full, you know what I'm saying, renegade with the Larry Bird videos. So I'm going to keep pumping these out, bro. It's been your boy Carl from Golden Gimmer Productions. I have enjoyed this video. Be looking out for the next breaking down the Legends video as well. I'm not going to say which character it is. I mean, I'm not NBA player it is, but it's going to be a goodie. I love y'all. To the next one. Peace.